Next guest for this episode, that's Blake Sorensen, who is the founder and CEO of Blake's Seed Based. Blake, how are you?
Doing great, Ray. Really appreciate you having me.
I really appreciate you joining us, and I really appreciate your Rice Krispie treats. I had one before the show. I feel so good, I gotta tell you. And I feel so much better that I'm having this than the traditional Rice Krispie treat. So thank you so much. For folks who are not familiar with your brand, tell us a bit about it.
Yeah, so Blake's Seed Base, we make snacks made from seeds and fruits, seeds and chocolate that are free of the top 8 food allergens. Kind of goes back to my personal story. I had a nut allergy, so grew up and farmers Trimix cookies were off limits. So kind of solved my own problem about 3 years ago. And right now, we do a lot of business online. We're in about 1,000 retail doors, places like Wegmans and Sprouts. And then we'll be launching in Kroger in June.
Outstanding. So talk about your product assortment. Again, I mentioned these Rice Krispie treats, but you also have bars. And, talk about your innovation pipeline. How are you trying to extend what you're doing from a product standpoint?
Yeah, so we kind of started out of just really personal pain points for people with food allergies. I looked at the bar category, and 99.9% all had nuts in it. So our kind of solution to that was to put seeds instead of nuts, and we started in the bar category. It's a very crowded market, but we're targeting consumers, both the health and wellness market and the people that have food allergies, and we're pretty hyper focused in those two areas. And then as we look to expand, I wanted a healthy treat, and that's kind of how we got to a vegan Rice Krispie treat. And we'll continue to evolve. I think our guardrails will always be top 8 allergen free. We'll always have seeds in our products, and outside of that, we'll open up a number of different categories in the snacking category.
Yeah, I really liked how you were differentiating your products from your competitor by having the Rice Krispie treats. I know the bar category can be quite complicated and difficult, so it's good to kind of get away from that. Sometimes they look delicious. I'm looking forward to trying them. I did have a question in terms of your ingredients. I see that you have glycerin, and I just wanted to kind of understand why you made that choice, and if there's if it does something texturally to your product.
Yeah, I think our kind of value prop is we want it to taste great, we want it to be as healthy as we can be, and also be top 8 allergen free. So we're always playing with different ingredients and trying to be as clean as can be, but ultimately that added we thought to the taste and the cost of the product.
Blake, your personal story is written about on the website, but it feels like your brand has a sort of playful vibe to it. Where are you trying to go in terms of the positioning? Is this a sort of product that can fit into any cupboard, or is it one that's sort of specific to a specific household?
That's a great question. So growing up, I didn't want to be labeled as the allergen kid, and it goes into our brand. We don't want to create an allergen brand, right? People that have food allergies love our product, but people that don't have food allergies, we want them to be drawn to our brand as well. So we see ourselves as, we want to be a mainstream brand. We talk about our snack bars. We're going in the main aisle as opposed to normally the gluten-free set. Our Rice Krispie treats are going right next to Kellogg's. So, we really see us as a fun, playful brand. And again, we're differentiating on the allergen, and we'll have seeds in all of our products. So that's where we're, different than the big guys.
Are you competitive on price?
We are. Yeah, I think you look at like Kellogg's, things like that, we'll be more premium as opposed to them. But our snack bars are $1.99 a bar, right in line with the Kinds and the other big players.
You're selling the Rice Krispies as a snack pack box, similar to how Kellogg's would be as well?
Yeah, so we have it's a little 6-count box. So online we sell them in packs of 18, but at retail they'll be individual, a box of 6.
Cool.
Where are you in terms of your company development? Where is it that you feel like is the next, or where in terms of staffing do you feel like is the next stage of development for Blake's? Is it in marketing, finance, operations?
Yeah, I mean, we're a team of 2 people, right? So we're doing everything. We're designing the UPC codes, we're doing the formulation, the website, and people are everything. So it's taken us about 3 years to kind of find our voice, find the product market fit, and we're at a really exciting time now where our online is starting to take off. We're expanding, rapidly at retail, and I think the next hire will probably be a marketing person. There's so much noise right now in CPG and so many new brands where you got to do everything you can to stand out and eventually drive trial to your product. So we'll look to bring the team from 2 to probably 5 people at the end of the year.
Outstanding. You mentioned trial. How are you getting people to try your product?
So obviously before COVID, we were at pretty much every event. We're based out of Chicago, and you could find us at every marathon or different expo. But a lot of it now, with the focus online, is driving different trial codes online, doing things like sampler packs, getting in different box programs, where we donate product and they'll get it to different consumers. But like every other brand, it's something we're working through right now.
No, I was going to ask about those box programs. I assume you're talking about subscription box programs, Blake.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, Sarah, how effective do you think those are? And do you think a product or a brand like Blake's, can stand out in one of those boxes? If so, like in what? I guess I'm not asking for names of these subscription boxes, but where should they sort of try to position themselves?
Yeah, I think that during COVID, especially, a lot of people have been trying to find fun new ways to make their lives exciting, and a lot of companies I know have gone to some of these subscription boxes to give their employees a little bit of excitement as well, kind of give that office feel outside. So I do think that this year in particular has led to more success with the subscription boxes. More people are going to the grocery store and they're not taking the time to actually discover new things. So this is the best, I think, a really great way for discoverability. I know some of them are donated products, and some of them you can actually get paid for. So I think it's kind of understanding what the right ones are, what the value is, and trying to figure out who that target customer is. Or it could be a really great way to maybe learn that, maybe you do a CrossFit box and you realize that your customers are CrossFit and you really never knew it. So it's a good opportunity to try new customer bases as well.
Yeah, you have that list, Sarah. Feel free to send it over anytime.
I know there was a clubhouse yesterday where a couple people were talking about a lot of the success that they've had. I guess another question similarly to getting out your product online is, are you co-packing, or do you have your own facility? I know a lot of allergy-free companies have their own facility and are able to kind of iterate really quickly.
We're co-packing, so we use 2 different facilities, but yeah, that's of the utmost importance. We have to make it in a certified nut-free, certified gluten-free facility, and that was a feat in itself, finding those. But ultimately, that's how we're going to be able to scale is using these partners.
I assume you spent lots of time in Canada, Blake. It seems like every other allergen-free co-packer I see is from Canada, but.
Yeah, you're spot on. For whatever reason, I think Canada is really ahead of the U.S. in some of the allergen-free manufacturing protocols. So you're correct. I'm in Canada quite a bit.
Yeah. Last question. In terms of your target consumer, again, you talked about this being a brand for lots of different families, lots of different people. But Sarah mentioned, CrossFit. I don't know if your consumers are CrossFit focused, but if you had to dial down your demographic into, a specific person, what would that person look like?
Yeah, so I think we have 2. I think first and foremost, we're really focused on adults. Just being an adult with a food allergy, I don't want graphics on my packaging and everything from the different ingredients. So definitely the adults, I'd say 20 to 40 that has a food allergy is kind of the no-brainer layup. But also we're seeing a lot of people that are just interested in seeds and interested in another healthy, both Rice Krispie treat or snack bar that are gravitating towards the product.
Well, I got to tell you, I'm not an allergen-free consumer. From here to there, I might avoid gluten or whatnot. But when I tried this Rice Krispie treat, I was just amazed at how delicious it was. I think that was something not that I didn't expect a delicious product, Blake, but I was surprised at how delicious this was. So play that up as much as you can, because it hands down stands up to anything I've tried when it comes to Rice Krispie treats. So thank you so much for
At the end of the day, the product has to speak for itself, and I know we're running out of time, but I want to thank you, Ray. I listen to your podcast every week, and I get so much out of the entrepreneurs that you interview. And as a up and coming brand, I really, really can't thank you enough. And Sarah, it's great to meet you as well.
Well, you know how to put a smile on my face, Blake. So thank you so much for joining us today. Keep up the good work, and please stay in touch.
Thank you. Have a good one.
All right.